Kate Neal Falcha, welcome to Irish Granny Helen. Welcome to all of my returning subscribers, and I've got a flurry of new subscribers. I'm very happy, and you're most welcome. Thank you so much. I thought, happy Thanksgiving. I thought it would be kind of a nice thing to do to give thanks today. And I've been wondering how I could do that, excuse me, while making the least amount of work for myself. By the way, thank you everybody for your kind comments of concern about me yesterday. Yeah, I ended up with a fever. I had to go to bed. I'm allergic to most vaccines. It's dramatic. I'll spare you the details. And I had to approach the the COVID one very, very carefully. And finally, with my doctor, came to the right way to do it. But it's always anxiety provoking because I have to sit and wait for half an hour after I have it to make sure, that I don't drop dead. And usually I have a very strong reaction, as in I feel like I have the bug. I get sick. And this time it really wasn't as bad as sometimes it has been. Sometimes, it's dramatic. I'll spare you the details. This is not a medical channel. However, I really appreciate everybody's concern. I know I just still looked a little peaked right now, but yesterday I was not in my best form. Yeah, it was a bad day. So much better. Things have changed, and I have been thinking for the past day or two, what can I do to thank everybody? And then the Holy Ghost descended and I had an inspiration. I do have a membership. It's 99 cents. And I'm a terrible, terrible YouTube person because I'm terrified of doing lives. I feel like the YouTube channel, Granny Who Cried Wolf, I've tried a couple of different times and something is wrong with, I won't blame my equipment, but something never works out. And so I've recorded and it said it was live and it was recording, and yet nothing ever showed up on the other end for everybody. So I keep promising I'm going to do something about it. And you know how it is. I just keep putting it off. It's terrible. I would rather do anything, wash the kitchen floor, anything, than deal with it. So this is my latest workaround. I thought it would be nice to give my members a thank you. And then I realized that now it's a very elite group. There aren't too many members in my membership. On the other hand, having felt a little not well the past couple of days, last thing I wanted to do was to take on, more time consuming. I didn't want to make any effort. So it occurred to me, YouTube has done all the hard work for me for a change. So what I decided to do was look in my list of members and give a surprise gift to the member who has had the most interaction with me, made the most effort. What can I say? So they tell you, on the YouTube channel studio for the person who's creating the channel, they give you all these details. So I didn't even have to think, which is usually the preferred situation in my case. And I found the person who is the member who has interacted the most. And I'd like to give that person a present. Now, this gift is, I think, really cool, but I understand that not everybody would necessarily find use for it. So I'm happy to negotiate. My winner is Kathleen Tavolacci. Congratulations, Kathleen. And the gift that I have is this tarot for healing. It's called the Healing Tarot 78 Ways to Wellness. It has cards in it, and it has a book, and the book inside of it is really fabulous. Doing tarot readings for health can always be a little nerve-wracking. You know, you're dealing with something that's delicate, and people are sometimes really, they really need an answer, right? And you want to be as helpful as possible. The book here is very enlightening. And so I thought, Kathleen, you have earned this gift. Now, if you, Kathleen, would prefer, we can negotiate books. I have 6 gazillion, as you well know, and many of them are in almost new condition. So, I mean, I've read them, but I'm not hard on books. So, Kathleen, I'll put my email underneath in the description of this little mini show. And if you would just get in touch with me, happy Thanksgiving and thank you. I'm especially grateful. And it was neck and neck with a couple of other people. I've been told that if you comment, even if it's only emojis and you do 7 or more, it does something for the algorithm and it promotes the channel more. And I feel like I'm in a dark, faraway recess of YouTube. They've put me in the corner, you know, and it's very hard for me to get eyes on my videos. So anything that you are willing to do, I'm most grateful. So thank you so much, Kathleen. And thank you to all of my members. A very chosen group. And I thought maybe, why don't we read just a tiny and very quick Thanksgiving look at a few cards. Not going to do a big thing. Maybe a few words of encouragement and inspiration. How can we deal with these difficult times moving forward? If you're watching this and you're still exchanging oxygen with your environment, you're doing well. So let's see, just a couple of cards. Oh, I love this reading. Now, it may not be what you would expect. I didn't know what to expect. You know, star and sun or something. But this is a tiny bit more nuanced. But I think it is reflective of what we're going through. So, first we get the Hanged Man. This is the definitive statement on where most of us feel these days. Stuck in this situation that we have very little ability to really get out of. And, you know, what do we do? And as we're stuck, we look around and what do we see? Crazy. The 7 of Cups. This card, this is one of my favorite cards because it speaks volumes. And it has popped up a lot lately. Things are out of kilter and we see it. We feel powerless to make huge changes. We always have autonomy over our own choices, always. And that's what this is really about. This experience is about how we choose to cope with every moment of every day, not the gigantic picture, how do we establish foreign policy for the globe? No, most of us don't, you know, that's ridiculous. What we need to do is, you know, how do we treat the people around us? How do we take ourselves out of our own poor, pitiful me situation? It's a large task for some of us. And how do we think of what we can do for other people? That's really what matters. That's the test. And if we are able to access this hidden information, not so hidden really, hidden information, if we're able to see beyond the lies and really find the truth inside, we become victors. We conquer the challenge of what it is we have to learn in this lifetime. I will do a couple of Lenormand cards for fun because I don't get to do them enough. I do Lenormand readings if anybody's interested. Also do tarot readings if anybody's interested. I feel like I forget to mention that large portions of the time. Okay. Lenormand cards. Now this is not a full grand tableau. I mean, if you get me to do a Lenormand reading for you, I do a full grand tableau. This is just a few cards, which can be very helpful. Okay. Sorry about the shuffling. Okay. Oh, I like this. So we get the woman, and to me, and I know this sounds very gendered of me, but when we talk about male female, we're not always talking about your physiological situation. We're talking about energy, and the female of the yin and the yang, that energy is creative. It's outward embracing and compassionate. And this is an opportunity. Our time here right now is a huge opportunity. And I love these cards. The anchor that will center you in what matters is loyalty and friendship, love for other people, the people closest to you. You know, your faithful pet, the dog, this card is a representative of devotion and sticking by somebody and supporting somebody and making sure the people around you are safe and okay. That is the message we keep getting. So I like that. Anyway, that's all. I have to go lie down. I've exhausted myself. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Try not to fight. I know it's hard. You notice I'm not spending time with my family. Happy Thanksgiving. Really be grateful for what you have today, right now, in the moment. Like I said, as long as you're inhaling, you know, there's hope. So for Kathleen, email me and we'll make the arrangements. We'll work it out. And see, if you become a member, just think of the surprises you might get. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you. Oh, people wanted to know. Some new members wanted to know. At the beginning, I say Céad Míle Fáilte. That's Irish. Irish is Gaelic. Gaelic is like a larger term for Scots Irish, Scots Gaelic, Irish Gaelic, Welsh. I mean, there's a variety of dialects. Céad Míle Fáilte is like it's a greeting. It's a very broad welcome. It's 100,000 welcomes or 6 gazillion welcomes. I'm not sure, but it's meant to greet the stranger who has come to your home. And when I'm done, I say Slán go Fóill. Slán go Fóill is a little bit casual, see you later. And sláinte. Now sláinte I started saying during our unfortunate situation, our health challenge in 2020, because sláinte, I mean, it's actually a toast and it means to your health. And I just felt it was appropriate, and I've gotten into the habit of saying it, so I say it all the time anyway. So today, to my health, Slán go Fóill, sláinte.